Hello everyone. In this video we'll go ahead and do a overview of a provider and what happens when providers are placed in teams and all that good stuff. So here under the providers tab you have several options. One, it's add new, and here you could go ahead and add a team member or add an individual. So if you're adding an individual, you basically fill out a couple details here about them to create their profile, and then you can go ahead and invite them by sending them an email or SMS invitation. Okay, so once you hit save, their profile will be made and they will get an invitation by email, and you have to make sure to set those notifications up from your notification settings, and I'll go ahead and include all of the links underneath this video so that you could go ahead and see how to do all of that. So once you send them an invitation, they'll go ahead and get a notification to set up their password and to take a look at a video that talks about their new account, so they can so they are aware of everything that they can do inside their account. Okay, so that is how you add a single provider. Now if you want to add a team, you can go ahead and choose a team name. Okay, and upload their photo. You can upload this later as well, and then you can go ahead and add a new team member, which again you follow the same steps, or you can go ahead and add a provider to a team and pick from existing providers already. Okay, and here once you add them in, they'll come in as a team member, and I have a few here already, or I have one at least, so you could go ahead and see how that looks like. So we have 3 providers. You can make one of them a team leader, and then you can go ahead and take a look at their specific options, like their own dashboard, and see all of their bookings, which will always be the same ones as the team bookings, since they cannot be scheduled individually once they're part of a team. But you could go ahead and adjust certain settings for them, like is this person an independent contractor or a W-2 employee. You could upload files specifically on this person, which they could go ahead and view later, payments for that specific person, control notifications for that specific person, connect their Stripe accounts here, which again I'll include all of those links on the bottom of this video so you could go ahead and see how that's done. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back to the team itself. So here is the team dashboard. You can see all of the bookings, how much the team is getting paid, the price of the appointment, which the provider does not see. And then you could go ahead and click inside each one of these appointments to see further details, like how much are they getting paid per individual of this team, since you could split it however way you want. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at how that may look like. Okay, and there will be a video explaining the whole payment section as well. So during step 2 here, once you click reschedule, you can see that we have payment set up that only the team leader gets the payment. You could go ahead and change that to everybody gets payment, so when you pay it out, everybody can go ahead and receive that payment instead of just the pay leader. When it's, or the team leader, if it's a team leader that gets the payment, then they have to split it between the team members later on. Okay, so that's how that's how payments look like. You could go ahead and of course edit the providers from here. You could view their team members from the dashboard if there are any. So we haven't added any here, but this is an old team that I have finalized already, so you could see that. And you could delete these team members if you have, you could delete the team members, or you could delete the whole team. If you delete the whole team, then it will delete the team, but the individuals will still be in the system individually. So if you want to deactivate those or remove those, you could go ahead and do that later as well. And there will be a separate video showing you how to do all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and go under schedule. So here's how you set up their whole schedule for the whole team, and their openings, their working hours, which I'll link a video to that as well, so you could watch the scheduling overview. And here you could control some of their settings. So you could show, you can control if the unassigned folder is visible to the team, and who will see the unassigned folder is a team leader, everyone inside that team once they log in, since everybody has their own login, and I'll show you how that looks like in a second. You could turn off this provider team from being booked by any customer, but can be booked by admin or staff employees. Turn off this provider team from being booked for same day jobs. You could set up their travel breaks. Here you could decide which industries they work for, which forms they work for. So if someone's scheduling for this industry, they are available for all forms. Doesn't matter which one they choose. They cannot do the home cleaning industry unless you activate it and save it. You want to make sure that you always save these settings when you make a provider, because this is how they get activated. So you will want to come click save here, click save here. And if there's multiple industries like you see here, which you could adjust settings per industry, you want to save it for every single industry as well. So here you can see that you have 2 industries that they're activated for from here, and all the forms that are activated are shown here. And now here you could go ahead and do certain settings for every single form and industry. For example, how much pay is this person getting every time there's a new booking, and you could adjust that during the booking itself, and you could also adjust the payment before it's sent out as well as a whole. So here we have this for this form, the team leader gets the payment, so it's calculated 50% of every invoice, or you could change it to hourly and percentage or flat fee, or you could do everyone gets it, and then everybody can go ahead and have their own. Who will see the jobs? Everyone. So when they log in, does everyone see it, or just the team leader will see that in their account? Who can accept or decline the job? Team leader, everyone. So if team leader can only accept or decline a job every time they get an invitation, they will be the only ones that can accept it. If you do for everyone, then everyone can accept it, and the first one to accept it will go ahead and grab the job for everybody. Okay, and here you could go ahead and select which locations and which services does this team perform, and get very specific with all that good stuff. Here you could go ahead and block certain customers from being paired with this team. So if a team didn't like a customer didn't like a team, you could block that stuff here. Customer will never see that. And here are all the team reviews that you could go ahead and view. So if they receive any reviews, they will all be shown here. And maybe I'll have one that you could see. Let's see, I think we might have some job history bookings, so I'll, as an admin, quickly rate something. So you could go ahead and see how that looks like. Okay, and we'll go back to the providers. And now you can see that there's a rating that you could, that is displayed here for every single person in the system. Okay, so now once we click back on here, you could go ahead and see that there's a review for this specific team from a specific job that you could view here. Okay, and when you go under the actual team members, they get their own ratings as well, so you could go ahead and take a look at that as well. So we'll go under the team member and then click here, and they have their own rating here as well. So this person is rated 5 out of 5, 1 rating so far. So that booking went to the team rating, and it went to overall that provider's rating as well. So now you can go ahead and view the individuals as well. So individuals, basically it's all the same stuff. You could set up you could view all of their bookings here, their settings you could adjust here, all of that good stuff that you saw over there, setting up their pay, activating all of their locations, services. You could block customers as well from being paired with a single provider. Notifications, you could control what they do not receive, connect their Stripe account so they could go ahead and get money transferred, set up their schedules. You can go ahead and have they will have their own drive here. All of their payments will show up here, which we'll talk about payments. And here again that you could see all of their reviews as well. Okay, and now when you are going to the actual provider's dashboard, so whether it's a team or an individual, everybody can log in once they have an account, and you can control for a team what they see, if they see any bookings, if they see any unassigned bookings, and you can control what you want to show them, whether it's a team leader that sees everything or everyone sees everything. You could go ahead and control all of that on your end. And here's basically their account. So you could see a quick little dashboard of all of their bookings, today's, upcoming, job history. They get to see where something is. And these tags, we also explain them in a different video, but basically one is a service area and one's a merchant location. So if you're a barber that could cut someone's hair at someone's home, or they come to your office, you could go ahead and display that, or you could go ahead and turn either one of them off or have both, however you like to do it. And when you go inside, you could go ahead and see the details on the customer. So here we see that this person was actually paired, so we're under an individual's account, but this person was paired with another individual, which you could also set up if you'd like, and then they will see two people. Okay, you don't have to activate that if you don't want to, and that's about it. They could also see their ratings here if you allow them. Otherwise, you could turn it off. Unassigned bookings. So if there's any bookings in the system that are unassigned, the provider can grab it here, and it will get assigned to them automatically under the dashboard. So here is booking ID 586. It's a daily appointment. We'll go ahead and grab it, and now it disappears, and this person now we'll have it somewhere here. It should be 586, I believe it was, and this would be the appointment, right? So you could go ahead and grab any unassigned bookings as a provider, which helps the company out a lot. You don't have to manually call and ask people or anything like that, and I'll link to the unassigned folder as well so you can learn more about that. And then you could see a profile right here, some basic information. A provider can connect their Stripe accounts themselves, or you could do it for them. And then you basically have a drive which you could deactivate. If you have any files that you keep under them, you could display it for both of you to see, or make it private as the admin. And here you will have all the payments for that provider. So if they have any payments here, they'll be shown here with the breakdown per job and everything. And you can go ahead and view the payment link that I'll paste on in this video, so you could go ahead and see how all of that stuff looks like. And then again, reviews will be shown for that provider as well. And you could turn all this stuff off if you don't want them seeing reviews or anything like that. You could go ahead and make sure that you disable all of that stuff. So that's how the provider dashboard looks like. Here's just a little bit more links. Help Center helps the provider out if they have any questions or anything like that. Your info takes them to their profile, and pretty much that is it. Let's see if we have anything else here. So here is where you'll send out all your payments, which we'll go ahead and discuss in detail. All the payments that were sent out will be shown here as well. And then any deactivated providers will be shown here. So if you deactivate a provider, they will no longer be able to receive jobs or anything like that. They won't be able to log in, but their information will be still kept. And then you can still delete them, but everything associated with them will be deleted. So any system logs, their name will be wiped out from any other system logs and stuff like that. So we highly recommend that you keep those accounts. Just deactivate them. You will not be charged for any of that stuff if they're deactivated, but at least you could go ahead and look back at anything that you may need. So that's basically a quick overview of how to do it, how to set everything up, and how their accounts look like. So this should be able to help you out get a better understanding of a provider, an individual provider, a team, or a pair. Okay, good luck.